Okay, starting recording has started, so you may start now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning to our lecturer and my fellow friends. Today, our group will present a corporate video entitled Between Us, a Christmas short film produced by Talis University in 2025. Before I begin, I would like to introduce my group members. My name is Nurul Alyana and my group members are SYAFIQAH, Muhammad AFIQ, SYAHIRAH, and Anis AFIFAH. Together, we will explain the background of the company, the plot of the video, and our personal opinions about the message of the film. Next. First, let me introduce the organization behind this video. Talis University is one of Malaysia's leading private university, established in 1969, located in Subang Jaya, Selangor. Next slide. Talis University is guided by important core values. These values include collaboration, holistic development, and integrity. Next slide. The main characters in the story are a young girl and the family members. Next slide. We move to the next, which is the plot. First, the exposition. The exposition takes place at the beginning of the story when the audience is introduced to a family preparing for Christmas celebration. Although they are spending time together at home, most of them are busy with their electronic devices. Instead of talking and interacting with one another, they focus on their screens only. The younger spends time playing alone with Lego blocks and begins to notice the emotional distance within the family. Next, the rising action. The rising action begins when the grandparents and other relatives arrive for a Christmas gathering. However, instead of creating a lively family atmosphere, many family members continue using their smartphones and gadgets. Even during family activities, they pay more attention to their devices more than to the people around them. This makes the younger feel even more disconnected and lonely. Next, the climax. The climax occurs during a family member. Everyone is seated together at the dining table, but they are still busy looking at their phones. Feeling bored and excluded, the younger asks for permission to use a smartphone as well. However, the mother refused. At that moment, the younger indirectly points out the unfair situation and makes the adults realize that they are all spending more time with their devices more than with their family. This becomes the turning point of the story. Next, the falling action. The falling action begins when the family members reflect on their behavior. They realize that technology has created a barrier between them and has weakened their relationships. As a result, they start putting away their devices and paying attention to one another. And finally, the resolution. The resolution shows the family reconnecting and enjoying each other's company. They begin talking, laughing, and sharing meaningful moments together. The atmosphere becomes warm and joyful, reflecting the true spirit of Christmas celebration. The story ends with the family rebuilding their bonds and appreciating the importance of spending quality time together. So, my personal response, personally, I find this video very realistic because it reflects a situation that I have experienced in real life. During the Hari Raya Haji celebration, many of my relatives gathered at my grandmother's house. Since we usually meet only twice a year, which is during Hari Raya Aidilfitri and Hari Raya Haji, it should have been a good opportunity for us to spend time together and catch up with one another. However, I noticed that many family members were busy using their smartphones and scrolling through their social media. Although we are all the same house, there was there was a very little conversation between relatives. Some people who are busy taking photos and posting them online, making it look like everyone was having a wonderful time together. But in reality, many of us hardly spoke to one together. This experience is very similar to what happened in between us. The video reminded me that being physically present is not enough if we not make an effort to communicate and build meaningful relationships. For this reason, I think the message of the film is important and relevant to modern society, where technology often distracts us from the people who are closest to us. Thank you for listening. Now I would like to invite Shafiqah Shahira to continue with the next our presentation.
Thank you, Alyana. Now, I would like to discuss the three main themes presented in Between Us. These themes play an important role in conveying the film message about family relationships and human connection. The three themes are neglect, awareness, and togetherness. The first theme presented in Between Us is neglect. This theme highlights how family relationships can be unintentionally overlooked when individuals become too focused on their own responsibilities and personal interests. The father represents work-related commitments as his attention is largely directly towards his responsibilities rather than family interaction. Similarly, the elder brother and sister represent the influence of technology in modern life as they prioritize their phones over meaningful communication with family members. Through these characters, the film demonstrates that neglect does not necessarily result from a lack of love or care, but rather from becoming distracted by different priorities. As a result, meaningful family interaction gradually decrease, creating emotional distance among family members. The second theme is awareness. This theme emphasizes the importance of recognizing how our actions can affect the people around us. The young girl plays a significant role in representing awareness as her innocent observation acts as a catalyst for a change within the family, while the other family members are unaware of the impact of their behavior. The young girl indirectly encourages them to reflect on their action and priorities. Through this theme, the film suggests that awareness often begins with honest reflections and self-evaluation. Once individuals recognize their mistakes, they become more capable of improving their relationships and strengthening their connections with others. The final theme is togetherness. This theme highlights the importance of meaningful interaction and emotional connection within a family. The film demonstrates that strong family relationships are built through communication, intention, and shared experience rather than simply being physically present. The father, mother, siblings, and young girl each contribute to creating a warmer and more positive family environment once their attention is directed towards one another. The film presents togetherness as a source of happiness, belonging, and emotional support. It also suggests that the true meaning of Christmas lies not only in celebration and traditions, but also spending quality time with loved ones and appreciating presence. So, the next slide. Now, the next slide is my personal response. Personally, I think this film delivers a simple but meaningful message about the importance of spending quality time with our loved ones. The film reminds us that being physically present is not enough if we do not pay attention to the people around us. The theme of togetherness is the one that I can relate to the most. It reminded me of a childhood experience during Hari Raya celebrations with my extended family. During one family gathering, my uncle and aunts spent most of their time talking about work, while my grandmother was really involved in the conversation and felt left out. When they realized that they had hurt her feelings, they apologized to her and made an effort to spend more time talking and sharing stories with one another. Similar to the message in Between Us film, this experience taught me that togetherness is not just about gathering with family members, but also about making everyone feel included and is appreciated. That's all from me. Now, I would like to invite the next presenter, AFIQ.
Thank you, Syafiqah Syahirah, for inviting me. Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning, madam. My name is Muhammad Afiq. Now, I would like to continue this corporate storytelling video about symbolism through the object and action from this video. There are three symbols that I found in Between Us, such as Christmas decorations and lights, act of everyone playing smartphone while gathering, and family unity dining table. To begin with, the Christmas decorations and warm lights in the video symbolize hope and family harmony. These decorations represent the joyful spirit of Christmas, which is associated with family bonds, kindness, and appreciation for loved ones. As the story progresses and the family members begin to reconnect emotionally, the Christmas decorations become a symbol of healing and renew the strained relationship. Therefore, the act of everyone playing smartphone while gathering in the video symbolize sadness and emotional separation despite physical closeness. Light are used as an important symbol to represent emotional distance and lack of communication with family. Even though the family members are sitting together during dinner, each person is focused on their own device rather than interact with each other. So, this video reminds the viewer that communication are more meaningful than virtual interactions. At the end, the family unity dining table symbolize love, family, togetherness, and unity. Typically, the dining table is a place where family members gather to communicate, share stories, and spend quality time together. So, the symbolism of the dining table represent a bond that show love and emotional presence of genuine communication during family moments. Now we turn to abstract concept represented by symbols. One of the most important symbols in the video is love. It symbolizes true family unity, especially during the emotional moments at the dinner table, after the child honestly points out that everyone is focused on their phone. The dinner table then transforms into a symbol of love, care, and togetherness as the family member finally start paying attention to each other instead of their device. Their conversation, eye contact, and shared emotional moment demonstrate genuine family affection and understanding. Beside that, symbol of sadness. It's symbolized by the smartphone and the dinner table before the family realize the child's honest observation. The smartphone represents emotional separation and lack of communication, while the silent dinner table symbolizes the emptiness and loneliness in the family relationship. Furthermore, symbol of hope is symbolized by the glowing lights, Christmas trees, and festive atmosphere create a sense of warmth, comfort, and emotional healing. Even though the family is experiencing emotional distance, the Christmas atmosphere show the reconciliation and happiness are still possible. So we go to personal response. Personally, I think the symbolism used in Between Us is very effective because it reflects real life situation experienced by many family today. This always happen in my life when my friends cross social media like Instagram, Thread, and TikTok while during bonding and ignore my conversation. I noticed that smartphone can distance the emotional connection between me and the people I love. Overall, the film successfully delivered a strong reminder that genuine attention, communication, and presence are more valuable than digital distraction. That's all for me. Now I would like to invite Aina Shaira to present her part.
Thank you, AFIQ. Good morning, madam and everyone. My name is Nurul Syahirah binti ABDULLAH. So I will present for the next point, which is brief. This video show about script emotions. So here are three emotions, which is a resonance quote spoke by the younger from the video Taylor University Between Us, a Taylor Christmas Field 2025, which explanation of their emotional impact. Firstly, emotion sadness. In minute 0:32, the younger asked her father, "Daddy, can you help me build my Lego?" However, he replied, "Later first, Daddy is busy now." While looking at his phone, making her feel sad and ignored. At that moment, we can see younger face change. She become sad and disappointed. This scene is emotional because it shows how a younger only wants attention, but the attention is taken away by a phone. It shows how technology can affect family relationship. Secondly, emotion shock and guilty. In minute 1:46 at the dining table, the younger say, "But you see, everybody's watching your phone." This made the family realize their mistake and feel shocked and guilty about their behaviors. At this moment, everyone becomes silent. The family is shocked and start to realize something. They also feel guilty because they understand that they are doing the same thing they told the child not to do. This is a strong moment of realization for the family. And the last point, with emotion happy. In minute 2:42, after hearing the lyrics, "This season let our presence be the present in our life," the father collecting all the phone, allowing the family to reconnect and spend quality time together. He realized that spending time with family is more important than phones. The family become happy. They start talk, laugh, and enjoy the time together without phone. This moment show that true happiness comes when we are truly present with people we love. For my personal response, this video had a strong impact on me because it reminded me of my own experience with my friends. When I eat with my friend at restaurant, we often sit together, but everyone is focused on their own phones. Even though we are physically together, we do not talk much. This made me realize that too much phone use can reduce real communication, even when people are together. So that's all from me. For scripts, I will pass for the last presenter, AFIFAH.
Thank you, Aina, for inviting me. My name is Anis Afifah. First of all, good morning, madam and everyone. So, I will move forward to the engagement section. The video Between Us successfully engages the audience, draw a relatable storyline that reflects the reality of many modern families today. In Malaysian culture, family relationships and togetherness are highly valued, especially during festive celebration. However, this video highlights a common issue where technology creates a gap between family members and despite the being physically together. One of the most engaging scenes is when the family is having dinner together. Although everyone is sitting at the same table, they are paying more attention to their phones and devices than to each other. This scene is powerful because many viewers can relate to this situation in their own lives. It also creates a strong emotional impact, draw the character of the little girl who longs for attention and a closer connection with her family. As the story progresses, the audience experiences different emotions. The festive atmospheres at the beginning creates warmth and happiness, but these feelings gradually change into sadness as the lack of communication becomes more noticeable. Towards the end, the audience feel relieved and happy when the family finally reconnects and spend quality time together. In addition, the soundtrack and production quality strengthen the overall impact of the video. Taylor's University uses high-quality visual, realistic character expressions, and suitable background music to highlight the contrast between the festive atmospheres and the emotional distance caused by excessive use of technology. Overall, the combination of a relatable storyline, emotional scenes, and meaningful music make this video highly engaging and memorable. Most importantly, it successfully delivers an important message about the value of human connection and the importance of spending quality time with our loved ones. Next, for my personal response, this video had a strong impact on me because it reminded me of my own experience with my family. I have been in situations where family members gathered around the dinner table, but everyone was more focused on their phones than interacting with each other. This situation made me feel sad because family time is very precious moment. After spending time together, everyone usually returns to their own commitments and busy lives. Therefore, I could easily understand the feelings of the little girl in this video. Between us taught me that meaningful moments do not happen automatically. We need to appreciate the people around us and give them our attention instead of focusing only on our phone screens. Next, in conclusion, the short film Between Us clearly portrays the reality of modern family relationships in the digital era and shows how excessive use of technology can affect human relationships. Through a relatable storyline, the video reminds us of the importance of spending quality time with our family and loved ones. At the same time, Taylor's University successfully highlights its core values of collaboration, holistic development, and integrity through a meaningful message that emphasizes togetherness and emotional well-being. Overall, this video reminds us that in an increasingly busy and technology-driven world, our presence, attentions, and time are the most meaningful gift we can give to the people we love. That is all from us. Thank you, Madam and everyone, for listening.
All right. Thank you very much.